Heard of sunburn, but have you ever heard of windburn? You can get windburn almost anywhere that cold breezes blow. It leaves your skin red and tender, much like a sunburn. Here's what you do. In the winter months, if you're prone to this, you should add vegetable glycerin, just a few drops, to your moisturizer. It draws in moisture, so it'll create a barrier. If you've got any body issues that you'd like me to talk about, leave a comment.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the silent struggles the white community faces due to their skin color, right?
Right. And today's gonna be a very important and educative segment because the topic we're going to be talking about today, we ourselves are learning about it. And what are we talking about, guys? Most of you know about sunburn, but how many of you have ever heard of the term windburn? Because to be quite honest, this is the first time we are hearing of this term.
And it doesn't sound like, it doesn't even sound like a real condition, yeah?
Right.
So when we came across a video on TikTok talking about the same, we decided it was interesting and we decided to delve into this topic. And I feel like a lot of you are gonna be benefiting from this.
To be educated, benefiting maybe the white community
or black people who are married to white people, right?
And have biracial babies.
Yeah.
Right.
So guys, what are we talking about? Let's watch the video we've gathered for you and then we come back and talk about it. You can let us know your thoughts and opinion on the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, right?
Right. Let's watch and then we come back.
Windburn can be more dangerous and last longer than a sunburn. Is this a fact? Specifically, when we talk about windburn or sunburn, this is actually a great debate in the dermatology community. There are some dermatologists that don't even think windburn exists. They actually think that windburn is actually just sunburn disguised as being in the cold, windy times. My opinion is a combination of both. When it's windy and cold outside, the humidity is down, wind is blowing in your face, your skin starts to crack and get dry and it weakens your skin barrier. And this makes you more sensitive to the sun because now that top layer of your skin can't protect you from the sun. So it's a combination wind, low humidity, plus the sun that actually causes windburn. The sunburn is actually more dangerous because it's damaging your DNA, and the windburn may last longer because it just takes you longer for your skin to heal. So it's a combination of the two, actually.
This is what we got to understand. To all the beautiful biracial babies with a black mom who does not understand, my baby got windburn yesterday. I'm like, what the heck is that? I've never heard of no windburn. How is a wind burning you? But I guess the Caucasians.
Caucasian. Say it, baby. Say it. Caucasian.
I guess the wind and the sun colliding together with the wind blowing, they can get windburn. And that was my first time hearing about it. So
she burned her baby yesterday.
I didn't burn the baby. I didn't even know that exists. So now I know what happens for other people. Because I don't get that. I don't experience windburn. I never experienced that in my life. Last year is the first time that I've experienced, what is it? Sunburn.
Oh, at Orange Beach?
Yeah. I never had sunburn before.
Baby, you can be outside. That's the problem. You really don't be outside. Hey, us all Caucasian people, we need sunblock.
We need sunblock too, though.
And we need the wind block.
I don't know about wind block. I need sunburn or sunblock now. I need sunblock for my skin, and I know that now. Everybody needs sunblock. But the wind burning stuff is new to me. So if y'all babies or you have experienced that with your child who is mixed together, I'm just letting y'all black daddies or black mommies know that your child can get windburn and protect them.
Oh goodness. Does anyone else? I heard that it was technically like I heard it was like genetics.
Is this real? Yes, it's called a CHU syndrome. It's a genetic condition where people sneeze when they're exposed to bright light, especially sunlight. Now, when bright light stimulates the optic nerve, it might inadvertently trigger the trigeminal nerve, causing a sneeze. Essentially, the signals meant for the optic nerve spill over and activate the sneeze reflex. And it's more common than you think, but not everyone has this syndrome. Have you ever seen anyone with
Actually, yes. If your eyes are lighter in color, like blue or green or hazel, they might be more sensitive to light. You see, lighter eye colors have less pigment, less melanin to protect them from sunlight and UV rays, and it also makes you more likely to be a sun sneezer.
Hey guys, so update from yesterday. Some of you have seen, I posted a video on my windburn, very badly windburn, that I got yesterday. So this is the next day and I thought I would do a skin update. What I've been doing is I have literally been lathering my face with this just after sun. It's got aloe vera in it, and yeah, so it's meant to be really good, and that has helped me massively. I have been cleaning my skin. I have not gone skiing today. I've took a day off. Honestly though guys, I literally feel like a tomato. My skin is still puffy. Well, my face is still puffy. I don't feel great at all. I feel like ugh. But it doesn't hurt. It's not sore. So it's obviously a good thing. It has been peeling. The blisters have come out, and so it means that it's not like liquidy anymore. But my God, I will never ever do this again. As in, I will always apply sunscreen. Even if it's peeing down with rain in England. Like, it's just not worth this. So there's a huge lesson, like I said yesterday, big lesson that I've learned. My lips have got like blisters here, so I'm trying to avoid not popping them. I've had so many lovely messages asking if I'm okay, and I am, and I'm still having a fantastic holiday. It's just nice to have a break. But I probably will go out tomorrow, but I'll wear like a balaclava to literally cover my face when I'm skiing, and that should really help, and just lather up with sunscreen. So that is the update. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. I mean, it still looks bad, but it is improving slowly, and it's not as sore or as irritated. And when it gets a bit flaky, I sort of brush it off lightly. So it is slowly getting there, thank God.
Hi guys, Elevate Your Look. Today is super windy in UK, especially in West Yorkshire. So I really would like to talk about the windburn. So this is typically how the windburn looks like. So it can be on the hands also, not just on the face. It looks pretty similar like a sunburn, and I'm going to tell you how to prevent it. To prevent windburn is very similar like a sunburn. First, what you need is really good SPF to protect your skin. And the second part is actually very good moisturizer, which is trapping and locking the moist into your skin. You can reapply 3 times a day. Also, avoid anything harsh, such as like retinols, salicylic acid, or glycolic acid, which can make your skin more drier. So have a fabulous day. Don't forget to protect your skin, and don't forget to stay elevated. Bye.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the video compilation we just played. You know, I find it interesting that we're talking about windburn, because we've been talking about sunburn and the importance of melanin. But there are 2 conditions that we never knew existed that, quite frankly, I feel like if you don't walk a certain struggle, you might be forgiven for not even knowing that it exists, you know.
Right.
And it seems like nature, okay, don't want this to come out the wrong way, but it feels like nature is rejecting the palm-colored skin, you know.
Right. And you know, I was just wondering, because we were 2 years old when we found out there's such a thing as windburn
And Achiu syndrome.
For the longest time, we've known about the sunburn issue, but we've never known about windburn and Achiu syndrome. So my biggest question to you, our audience today, is how old were you when you found out about the windburn condition? And furthermore, how old were you when you found out about the Achiu syndrome, which causes people to sneeze when they're exposed to the sun,
if they
especially
don't have
because
the right the right amount of
melanin on their eyes. You know, growing up, I used to wonder a lot because in a lot of American movies, I'd see white people put on shades a lot of time. You know,
you said that before you continue. Just hold that thought. Don't forget it. You know, guys, here in Africa, and I know
it's not
the
a
whole
thing.
world.
Well, it never used to be. Nowadays, people are flexing with them.
Exactly. People wear sunglasses because I feel like it was a white culture that people adopted. Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah, I feel like shades were a white people culture, and then other people just started adapting it because it was cool and for the swag of it. You know, even black people here in Kenya, people are like, it's stylish to put on shades. Like people have a collection of it to match with their outfits.
And furthermore, if you go to a region where people are not used to such vanities as sunglasses, they look at you as like, oh, they must be rich, bougie. Anyway, that just goes to show that wearing sunglasses, especially in Africa, as we grew up seeing a lot of it on TV, that most of us grew up being curious of why do they wear sunglasses so much, and hats, yes, sunglasses and hats, and we grew up wanting to, you know. Do you guys remember the era of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? How the Kardashians used to wear these big sunglasses on their eyes, and it
even when they're
so
driving.
cool. Even when they're driving, even when it's at night. Of course, when it's at night, we knew that they were nursing some sort of hangover or maybe something like that.
Or they were just being like
the Kardashians,
right?
Yeah, but those are some of the things that personally, us growing up, influenced us to want to have the culture of wearing sunglasses so much. As we didn't know that some white people, especially the ones who have no melanin on their eyes, the blue-eyed people, the green-eyed people, and what have you, they have, some of them might have Achu syndrome, like when they're exposed to the sun, they sneeze. Damn.
Because they don't have enough melanin to prevent the UV light from damaging or creating some sort of reaction to their eyes, you know. And this is where you normally say, guys, when you talk about the power or the importance of melanin, I feel like for white people, there are those ones who've been knowing this. Let's talk about scientists who've been knowing this, and they've been doing their own studies because of these said issues. But for the black community, the black nation, people,
a majority of us can be forgiven for not knowing, because most of us have brown or black eyes, and most of us dark eyes here with melanin, and most of us may not be afflicted by the Achu syndrome of the sun. Or okay, how many black people get affected by the Achu syndrome? Let me not assume. I myself have never been a victim of such, but maybe some black people are. I don't know.
In fact, also, personally, I normally feel, because guys, for me, I do have allergies here, and I feel like the moment I step out into the sun,
it makes you better.
Exactly, it makes me feel better, and I begin feeling my body healing, you know.
And also, when it comes to the subject of the Windburn, which we were also hearing for the first time, and this new mom of a biracial child, she was apparently also hearing it for the first time, because she apparently Windburned her baby. And she didn't know.
No, it was a thing until the husband explained to her, you know what, the Caucasians, this is what we face, this is what we go through, this is our struggle.
Yeah,
you know?
So these are silent struggles that only the white community know and understand, that most black people might be living in oblivion, because it is not necessarily a battle we have to face.
Yeah, so guys, imagine going out to the sun, you need some kind of cream to protect yourself. When you go out to windy conditions, you
also need you also need oil or whatever to protect yourself.
Until I'm asking myself, how did they come to survive in these cold regions?
Countries.
Exactly, especially those people who live in the Antarctica. But also, again, I'm thinking the body has a funny way of adapting, you know.
And also, it's better than living in exposed conditions with the sun, because they'll definitely get burned.
Yeah, because from the images I've seen, I feel like windburn is less severe compared. Sunburns are really detrimental to white people.
It takes longer to heal the windburn, but I do do feel like they can control it better. It's just like, for example, for us black people, when we go to cold condition versus hot condition, you know, when you're feeling hot, you can't really control that unless you're going swimming or you're removing
something cold.
or you're removing your clothes to stay like that, of which you can't do that. But on a cold seasons here in Africa, you can control your temperature by wearing heavy
Warm
clothes, you
and
know,
eating warm, not warm, but hot
food. So that just goes to say, for us, our cold weathers are more controllable, because when you're feeling hot, there's no way you'll strip yourself and walk with your birthday suit in front of people.
But you can always take a cold drink.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, also, can we talk about how there's a doctor who was talking about how the sun damages the DNA in the body, and I'm like, if you're talking about DNA damage and the most amount of impact the sun has to different type of races, you also see that Caucasians are quite disadvantaged when it comes to this particular area because, as you've seen, we've discovered a new condition called as a CHU syndrome. So you can imagine if the eyes alone react like that because you don't have enough melanin, and you can imagine the videos that you normally see on TikTok, how literally the sun burns them until, you know, they get such blisters that have very a lot of fluid in it. You can literally burst it like a balloon, you know. So like, they're really quite disadvantaged when it comes to this, and these are the kind of struggles really nobody talks about or nobody tells you, but who
maybe in the white community it's loud, but in the black community we don't totally know about their struggles.
Yeah, and you know, this makes me think, guys, you know how they normally talk about how when you have a weakness, you don't go talking, or you stay silent about it, that your enemies do not know your weakness.
Point.
I feel like to that extent we are kind of disadvantaged because people know
our weaknesses as black people.
Exactly. In general, the black nation in general, there are those people who are self-hating because of colonialism, you know. And these people, they really so much want to be white to the point where they destroy their beautiful melanin. Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are videos I was seeing on TikTok where a mother who had just given birth, the baby was literally young, and she was bleaching,
days old.
Exactly. She was bleaching the skin of her child, and she put on TikTok that transition,
progression.
The process.
Yes, and she was so proud of her work and what she had done.
And I'm like, at least you could have given this child the chance to grow up and choose for themselves. And some people tried correcting her on the comment section.
But she wasn't having it as usual.
She was abusing. She thinks she knows better.
She thinks she knows better. And you know, that baby, she's a baby girl. Growing up with a mom like that she doesn't stand a chance. She's gonna have body image issues and colorism issues. She's gonna have them all.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this episode in the comment section. For sure, it was nice hanging out with you, and I'm happy to have learned something new.
Right. Because these are things that they don't teach. Well, in Africa,
they teach them in schools in
America, because in Africa we are not taught about these things, and rightfully so. Maybe they feel
it doesn't concern
us. Maybe that's why it's not included.
Exactly. The only thing that concerns us is the relationship of the West and Africa, and for them it's important for us to know that King Leopoldo came to an adventure in Africa, and he saved
Congo.
He saved Congo.
When they left Congo crumbled because Congo was ruled by
Yeah, they like to rename things like Victoria here in Kenya. And anyway, guys, you see where I'm going at this point. Let me not ramble a lot.
So, guys, let us know what you think about this episode, what you've learned today, and how old were you when you first heard or knew of Windburn syndrome, and also when you first heard of the CHU syndrome. Today was my first day, to be quite honest with you.
Continue.
Yes. Today was my first day, to be quite honest with you guys. So as you tell us that, for those of you who haven't subscribed to our channel, consider subscribing before you leave, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Achoo. Sorry, I don't mean to be a jerk. Guys, let's see you on the next episode.
No, it's just on a light note, right?
Right, it's on a light note. Guys, see you on our next episode.
Yeah.